Have you ever felt like something's missing in your life, even when everything seems on track? Maybe it's that emptiness that money, success, or approval from others just can't fill. Here's the truth no one likes to admit. Following the world's expectations can be the biggest trap that leaves you feeling lost. But what if you could change that right now? What if the purpose you've been searching for is closer than you think? Sadhguru shows us that finding this purpose isn't about magic formulas, it's about exploring a fresh perspective on life, one that turns the ordinary into extraordinary. People often believe there's a perfect choice waiting for them, a predestined path that will lead straight to success or happiness. But here's the real deal. It's not about what you choose. It's about how you commit to that choice. Think of a farmer working the land, even under tough conditions, and transforming barren soil into a rich harvest. He doesn't wait for the land to be perfect. He creates value with what he has. Similarly, you can take whatever you have right now and with dedication, turn it into something remarkable. Take the story of a young entrepreneur who started by selling lemonade in a small neighborhood. He didn't set out to create a chain of restaurants, but by perfecting the experience for every single customer, he turned that small venture into something far bigger than he imagined. This shows that the meaning doesn't lie in the initial choice, it's in the continuous effort you pour into it. Any task, when done with passion and excellence, can become your masterpiece. All you have to do is dive into the experience and learn from every step. The most freeing part of this mindset is realizing that you don't need permission to start. Pick something, anything, and dedicate yourself to it. Life isn't about finding the perfect answer. It's about creating meaning at every step. And in this process, you'll uncover a profound truth. Life's too short to sit around waiting for the perfect moment. Which leads us to the next big question: how do we live fully, knowing our time here is so limited? Human life is like the blink of an eye compared to eternity. While most people act like they have all the time in the world, the reality is that every moment wasted is a moment you'll never get back. Think about it. If you knew you only had a year to live, how would you spend your time? Maybe you ditch those endless hours scrolling through social media or working at a job that doesn't inspire you. Instead, you'd start prioritizing what truly matters. The shortness of life isn't a curse, it's a wake-up call to live with intention. When you realize how fleeting life is, something shifts within you. Suddenly, little annoyances like pointless arguments or waiting in line at the grocery store feel trivial. Great minds like Leonardo da Vinci or Sadhguru teach us that living with purpose means making every moment count. So why not plan small daily actions to create that sense of fulfillment? It could be as simple as spending more time with your family, diving into a hobby you love, or helping someone out with no strings attached. Now, imagine living with the clarity that each day is a gift. This mindset isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to inspire you. A short life is actually an opportunity to stop wasting energy on trivial things and start focusing on what truly matters. Here's the fascinating part. This way of thinking also sharpens your ability to see the deeper meaning in everything, even finding joy in the simplest tasks. But how do we move beyond simplicity and reach a level of fulfillment that transcends everyday logic? Many people confuse intelligence with genius, but the difference lies in how each approaches life. Intelligent people tend to do what they love, while geniuses take it a step further. They learn to love what needs to be done. Think of a musician who didn't enjoy studying music theory at first, but mastered it to create masterpieces. It's not just about talent. It's about the willingness to embrace discomfort to achieve something greater. This shift turns work into an experience of growth and transformation. Being a genius isn't about excelling at everything. It's about finding joy in what most people avoid. Picture an entrepreneur tackling complex spreadsheets and tough decisions. They could dread every moment, but instead, They find satisfaction in solving problems because they know that's what drives their business forward. Genius isn't about running from challenges, it's about turning them into opportunities to grow. And let's face it, with a bit of humor and a lighthearted attitude, even the most tedious tasks can become bearable. A true genius also knows how to keep their ego in check, realizing it's the biggest obstacle to growth. While intelligence often seeks recognition, genius seeks results. This transcendent state begins when you connect to something bigger than yourself, whether it's a purpose, a project, or a mission. When you view life through this broader lens, you start to see how everything you do is connected to a larger purpose, which leads to the question, how can we expand our vision to include more of the world and less of ourselves? Most of us live as if we're the center of the universe, but true fulfillment comes when we widen our perspective. Life isn't just about meeting personal desires, it's about understanding how each action impacts the bigger picture. Imagine a doctor who doesn't just treat patients, but works to improve healthcare in their community. They look beyond immediate needs and connect with something far greater. This shift in perspective turns their work into a legacy. Having a broader perspective also makes it easier to handle challenges. When you realize life is a continuous process and your actions are just one small yet significant part of it, the pressure begins to lift. It's like planting a tree. You may not live to sit under its shade, but you know it will make a difference for future generations. This understanding brings inner peace and allows you to make more thoughtful, purposeful decisions that benefit everyone. And here's the most interesting part. When you focus on the impact you can have on the world, you also find personal meaning. It's not about losing yourself, it's about aligning your aspirations with something greater. Life becomes less about what I want right now and more about what I can create. This sparks a crucial question. How can we align our daily actions with a purpose that transcends our own ego? Life becomes more meaningful when we realize we're part of something much bigger than ourselves. Think of a teacher who doesn't just deliver lessons but inspires students to think critically and make a difference in the world. They see education as a tool to transform lives, not just as a job. This broader perspective not only enriches the teacher's life, but creates an impact that can last for generations. When you adopt this mindset, even the simplest activities take on new meaning. Cooking for your family, for instance, stops feeling like a chore and becomes a way to nurture your loved ones and create cherished memories. Small actions gain depth when viewed through the lens of collective impact. Suddenly, life, which once seemed ordinary, reveals its extraordinary potential. It's like looking at a single puzzle piece and seeing how it fits into the bigger picture. The beauty of this perspective is that it doesn't require grand resources or epic achievements. Anyone can start right now by shifting the focus of their actions from me to us, whether it's helping someone with a small problem or contributing to a larger cause. Every step matters. Now that you understand the power of changing your perspective and aligning your actions with a greater purpose, the question is, what will you do with it? Will you keep living on autopilot, or are you ready to take charge of your life? The world is full of people who settle, but it's those who seek meaning who truly make a difference. What's the next step you'll take to discover your purpose? Share in the comments what resonated most with you on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep learning how to transform your life with inspiring teachings. This is just the beginning. There's so much more to explore. So, are you ready?